Hello again, it's Joey John Maguire, once again in my favourite watering hole. That's the Wibberstone Inn, Wetherspoons pub, and that's in Wimbledon, South London, United Kingdom. About to recite my latest poem. Wrote it in the early hours of this morning, and it's called We're All God's Children. It would be frowned upon now, but things were pretty harsh back then, in the post-war years, when people didn't have much, everyone touched by some sort of trauma, and all and sundry knowing bereavement. I'd noticed a group of children. They seemed happy enough, but much difference in appearance, flat-faced with bulging eyes, silly haircuts, I remember, wrong choice of clothes, and they seemed cumbersome, awkward in their demeanour. Keep away, Mum had said, don't look, it's rude, and I was made to feel it was catching. Life was hard enough without the hindrance of catching something. Look after yourself, let them look after themselves, but it was obvious they couldn't. So I spent my youth avoiding them, pretending they didn't exist. They were the Mongols, had their own little world that was nothing to do with me. Though they were children, they were God's little mistakes. They were his problem. So too the hard of hearing, the blind, the deaf, and the spastics, and I was to avoid them all, as I would avoid the plague. The war had taken its toll. Too many little souls had been taken, and it was about survival. My mother wasn't taking any chances. To her way of thinking, God had made too many little mistakes, and you couldn't argue. How cruel it was back then, when I didn't know any better. It's different now. Life isn't quite so desperate. Slowly, people are becoming more tolerant of imperfections. And let's face it, no one is completely perfect. We all have our little traits, don't we? Our little ways. It's a fine line. And who said life is fair? I always say, there but for the grace of God. Me, the one that's not religious, as I now look upon them with very informed eyes. I watch their naivety as they play without a care in their world, and remind myself constantly it wasn't them that caused the war. On the contrary, they played no part in it. They'd only know how to hug you to death. And there's nothing wrong with that, is there?